Switzerland. I'm Rida Sadki from the Geneva Learning Foundation here with Charlotte and Boo. And as you can see, we are just a few, 1 minute and 22 seconds away from starting the announcement, the sneak preview, 28 days until Teach to Reach 9. Now, if you don't yet fully understand what is Teach to Reach and what it's for, why you should be interested and join and request your invitation to join, that's what we'll be covering in just a few minutes. We'll see you very soon. All right, 45 seconds now. We'll be telling you everything you ever wanted to know about the upcoming Teach to Reach 9, a massive global event connecting health practitioners from all over the world. In 30 seconds, we'll be telling you all about it as we count down 28 days until Teach to Reach number 9. And this is today a sneak preview of the upcoming events. All right, 28 days until Teach to Reach 9, as you can see. And let's kick off. We're going to dive right in with first a story, something we heard at Teach to Reach 7 back in 2022. Charlotte.
Yes, Reda. My mother is a hero in immunization. Her being a housewife and with no formal employment, she ensured that my 5 siblings and I all received the childhood vaccines as scheduled. She kept all the vaccination cards as a proof of the same in our adulthood. Now she is the main advocate for immunization in our large family setup. She monitors and supervises to ensure all her grandchildren and indeed great-grandchildren are vaccinated as scheduled. Her immense belief in immunization and preventive health in the fight against childhood diseases is superb. She has influenced young village women in matters of health and specifically on scheduled timely vaccination for their children. I celebrate you, Mom. And this story was shared by Maurice Kogiora from Kenya, from a health facility in Kenya, celebrating her mother.
Thank you, Charlotte. So that's actually the first answer. What is Teach to Reach? You heard the emotion in Maurice's story, sharing the story of his grandmother, and that is what Teach to Reach is about, is conveying the power of medicine, the power of vaccines, and other primary health care to help communities. Now we're counting down 28 days until Teach to Reach 9. So I'm going to turn to some of the Teach to Reach alumni, leaders of the movement for Immunization Agenda 2030, health leaders where they work and now connected to each other through this global networking platform and community called Teach to Reach. I would like to start with Lulu Bravo from the Philippines to ask her a simple question to tell us what is Teach to Reach in one sentence?
To me, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. And don't forget to introduce yourself, Lulu.
To me, Teach to Reach is really to become a leader in defeating, in advocating and getting people to be vaccinated. That's my one sentence. Become a leader.
Thank you, Lulu.
After becoming a follower.
Wonderful. Let's go to Dr. Manisha Danan from India, who's also a Teach to Reach alumni. While she gets ready to unmute, how many sessions of Teach to Reach have you joined, dear Lulu Bravo, from the Philippines?
Okay, I can't really count, but I really try my best because it's always in the middle of the night or at least very late at night. So sometimes I couldn't, but I really try my best to be here.
We understand. We appreciate from the Philippines, and for Asian colleagues in general, the time may not be the most convenient. Caroline Akosile, would love to hear from you. Explain Teach to Reach in just one sentence, and a warm welcome to you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Reda. For me, Teach to Reach, it's a connection between your professional network, and then to learn about health practices, especially immunization, in other places, and then to share these experiences and lessons learned. That is to mentor and be mentored, especially on immunization, to become a leader in immunization.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much, Caroline.
Me, I have sorry, can I go on?
Yes, please.
Okay. I have attended, I would say maybe 7 Teach to Reach, because I joined in 2020, and I don't think I've ever missed any of the programs, any of the programs that have been shared with me online on TikTok from TGLF.
That's wonderful, Caroline. That's something to be celebrated. Now, we have a lot going on in the chat in our Zoom studio, as well as on social media. So we're going to ask Umar Abubakar, tell us where you're from, what you do, and explain Teach to Reach in one sentence. You're connecting from LinkedIn. We are reading your comments from LinkedIn. There is a small delay, but we'll put it on screen if you tell us what Teach to Reach means to you in just one sentence. Adeyemo Sunday Charles, thank you for the compliment. Adeyemo, we are going to see the next question is to ask you to name one specific idea that you learned at Teach to Reach and how this idea helped you. So think about that one. But already, Adeyemo, I would ask, you're watching from YouTube, explain Teach to Reach in one sentence. We'd love to see how each of you explains it, what your experience has been. And Ukamaka Okafor says, we are live, join us. Thank you, Ukamaka, for that message. And then a LinkedIn user who says, thank you for reaching out. So that's what we've got so far. Now, let's get down to the specifics. What happens before Teach to Reach is very simple. We ask you to share your experience in response to Teach to Reach questions. So the questions will be on different themes. It is the Teach to Reach community that helps choose the themes. This is in the run-up. So in the next 28 days, we're 28 days away. Every week, Teach to Reach registrants will receive a new set of questions to consider, to think about, to reflect on, and to share their responses to. That provides an amazing amount of experiences that are shared even before the event takes place. And then you may ask, well, what takes place after Teach to Reach? Well, we not only invite you to share what you learned, we also ask you to share lessons learned, successes, and challenges. There are many different paths to action, from knowledge to action, and at the Geneva Learning Foundation, we've built a knowledge to action hub that Teach to Reach is a part of, where there are many different ways to share and also many different ways to receive insights, stories, experiences that can help you in your daily work. So in case you're wondering, okay, I'm going to answer these questions, but who is it actually helping? Well, we hope that it is helping you. You can see here the compendium, and it is openly available online. You can find the experiences that were shared at the last Teach to Reach. Over 1,200 experiences shared, just an amazing compendium to look at, to nourish your thinking on questions that you told us are important to you. So take a look at the Knowledge to Action Hub. And here we have some responses coming in from social media. I'm going to get to them in a second. So thank you, Emmanuel Musa, Umar Bubakar, Adeyemo, for answering for that. The question is, again, explain Teach to Reach in one sentence for those of you who've been there. If you haven't been, well, this is your chance to understand and to join this incredible platform, network, and community. There are also formal reports that you can dig into, but again, it's all grounded in your experience on questions that you told us are the ones that matter to you. Now, what's happened with Teach to Reach is since 2021, we have seen continued growth. This was Teach to Reach 6, already with 12,398 people, 13,676 for Teach to Reach 7, and an incredible 16,835 participants for Teach to Reach 8. let me tell you, the day we'll see these numbers go down is the day we will stop offering Teach to Reach. It is only if we are serving your learning needs to connect with each other that we will, if we're not doing that, then we will, of course, stop offering this program. Now, here is the first major announcement for Teach to Reach 9. And it is probably one of the most important decisions that we've made in terms of how we relate to you. In the past, you've seen the numbers of individual participants, but this time for Teach to Reach 9, we are inviting national EPI teams, civil society organizations, as well as country and regional partners and global partners to become Teach to Reach partners. That means that if you have been participating as an individual in Teach to Reach, but you're actually a leader in a local organization, whether that's your neighborhood, your village, your district, your town, your city, your region, or the entire country, your organization is going to be able to become a Teach to Reach partner and contribute as an organization to the learning and doing that we hope takes place through Teach to Reach. So that is some of the news. The first major announcement for Teach to Reach 9. We'll be sending out the invitation to partners. So we know many of you are very active in your civil society, making a difference. Even those of you who are government workers by day, many of you have activities. They can be faith-based in your mosque or in your church. They can be linked to particular social urgencies and questions where you live. You care about the communities that you serve, and we want to acknowledge that and recognize that for the very first time. Some more answers from Umar Abubakar. Teach to Reach encourages educators to go beyond simply disseminating information. It's quite a nice answer. Adeimo Sunday Charles, an assembly of advocates with strong passion to ensure the world is a better place in terms of immunization coverage and the eradication of preventable diseases. Wow, that's just incredible. Thank you so much for all these contributions. We'll come back to the next question, which is, tell us a specific idea that you learned at Teach to Reach and how it has helped you. And you'll see for Teach to Reach 9, we have a photo series with children from different continents together, each time, in principle, a boy or a girl. Now, Charlotte, the next question is, of course, so how does Teach to Reach exactly work, right? So that's what we're going to be dealing with next to go into this segment. So Charlotte, at Teach to Reach, there are plenary sessions, and this time our two major partners, our two anchor partners from the global level are UNICEF and the Gavi Zero Dose Learning Hub. And we'll be having plenary sessions in which you'll be able to hear and interact and share your experience and hear feedback from both of these esteemed partners. But the core, the heart of Teach to Reach, Charlotte, as you know, is the networking session. So that is the opportunity to actually press on a button and to connect with another health practitioner from somewhere in the world and to be able to speak with them, of course, on professional issues, but to share experience one-to-one in private. And we've seen more learning come out of that, more learning and action translated into decisions, actions, and results than by any other means. And this is why we keep doing Teach to Reach, and we keep seeing continued growth through the networking sessions. Now, the session, there will be a plenary session with UNICEF with a very specific focus, identifying and reaching zero-dose children with vaccines in urban and peri-urban settings. We'll fix that, this typo live. And we have our guides on the side, Dr. Ibrahim Dadari and Deepa Risa Pokarel, a team lead at Immunization Demand at UNICEF HQ. Thank you, Abubakar Jafar Usman. This is just a warm-up. This is a sneak preview to let you know, give you a sense of what's coming your way at Teach to Reach 9 on the 13th of October. Now, Ayurinde Mojisola Margaret says, I am a leader, but I'm constrained with lots of management policies. And I'm guessing that this is probably something that echoes and something that you can come to Teach to Reach to discuss, in fact. All right, Charlotte, let me turn to you. You are an immunization practitioner at heart and will always be so. Of the program for Teach to Reach that you've heard so far, what are you looking forward to? the most so far?
Always whether it is the experience sharing. You know, there are two things about Teach to Reach. There is the group experience sharing, group peer learning during the plenary sessions, where we get to hear first-hand experiences from immunization and primary healthcare professionals from across the world, telling us what is working, what they are doing to reach, to attain their immunization objectives and to improve upon their indicators. So I'm always looking forward to those sessions, but I also look forward to the one-to-one networking where I grow my professional network by interacting with professionals, with colleagues from across the globe, no matter their system level, no matter their organization affiliation, getting to learn from them on what they are doing to make a difference every day as far as health is concerned. So I'm really looking forward to that, Reda.
Thank you very much. I just was showing on screen Irene de Mojisola Margaret's comment who says, Teach to Reach has helped me to get an insight to be a mentor. Would love to know more about that. Now, the Gavi Zero Dose Learning Hub, we're still working on the details, but we're hoping that they'll be at Teach to Reach 9, both from the global learning partner level with JSI and the Geneva Learning Foundation, but also the country learning hubs from Uganda, Nigeria, Mali, and Bangladesh. If you haven't seen yet the Zero Dose Learning Hub, go to the Gavi website. You should be able to find it at zdlh.gavi.org. That's what's showing on the slide. Now, the Teach to Reach 9 program, for those of you who have come to Teach to Reach before, we're building on. These are not one-offs. Every time we come together, we're building on what has taken place in the past. So we will continue to hear from women who deliver vaccines and about the Manifesto for Global Health, specifically with respect to women who deliver vaccines. We'll continue the discussion that we initiated at Teach to Reach 8. How are you making HPV vaccination work for girls and women? And a stark reminder, 600,000 new cervical cancer cases each year and 340,000 deaths each year, with many countries now introducing or reintroducing or rescaling up the HPV vaccine in countries to protect women and girls from cervical cancer. Now, many of you have said that Teach to Reach is about immunization. But as you know, in the past, we have already done so, and we are doing so again. We are expanding beyond immunization, and in some ways even beyond primary healthcare, by looking at Teach to Reach 9, the neglected needs of women's health. And specifically, we'll be looking at female genital schistosomiasis, which we have discussed again. We're still working out the details. This is why it's a sneak preview. Don't be disappointed if FGS in the end is not as prominent as we are hoping it will be. Time will tell, and you will be the first to know as soon as you have requested your invitation. Along the same lines, as we go to beyond immunization, but on issues that matter to immunization and other health professionals. We'll be continuing the discussion initiated in July from Community to Planet, professionals on the front line of climate change, and that was on the 28th of July. 4,700 professionals were there for this special event. We're sharing their observations, grounded in the relationship that you have with the communities that you serve. Most of you are part of the family or a trusted friend. And it turned out that most of you consider that climate change is a direct threat to the health of the community that you serve, and that most of you worry about climate change. We invite you to look at an editorial called Learning from Frontline Health Workers in the Climate Change Era. Really spells out why you matter because of the work that you do on the local levels. All right, so we are now going to the second question, and going to start. Let's see if Dr. Manisha Danan is ready to share one specific idea. I must say I am saving the best for last, which is that the final part of the announcement, I believe, will galvanize and inspire you. It is something that we have not done since the 7th of March, 2022. So let me see if Dr. Manisha Danan is able to speak to us. We'll try again. She could be vaccinating a child. We heard earlier before the session started a crying baby, and that was from another professional in the room. Otherwise, we'll go to Maria Fernanda Manzan, who is, yes, she is in the room. Maria, tell us, Can you be very specific? One idea that you learned at Teach to Reach, and then tell us how this idea has actually helped you.
Well, hi everybody. I'm Maria Monzon. I'm from Argentina. I'm a pediatrician. I've joined every Teach to Reach since it started, and I learned a lot of ideas. One specific one was how in Nigeria they were targeting moms to bring them, how they were working with them during delivery and how they were engaging them there for immunization. That has helped me, of course, because it was another way, another approach to work in my primary health care center. So that and many, many more in this amazing experience that is Teach to Reach.
Thank you very much indeed, Maria. So let's see if there are other raised hands. We do this on a voluntary basis. We don't know what you are going to say in most cases, except maybe for the first speaker that we do prepare a little bit. Let me go to Gifty Akosua Zigbe, and we have very few minutes left. So Gifty, I would love to hear what you're going to tell us. However, I'm going to ask you to be very concise as well. Let me see if I may have muted you again. Gifty, go ahead. Name one specific idea that you learned at Teach to Reach, and how has this idea actually helped you? And don't forget to tell us how many sessions you joined.
Oh, hello. My name is Gifty Akosua Jigbe. I'm from Ghana. Thank you for the opportunity, Rita and Charlotte. Yes, Teach to Reach, I would say, has been an opportunity for me to connect and to network and to learn more. And one thing that I've learned is effective communication. Yes, especially from the women who deliver vaccines. Yes, that has really helped me a lot, because these women go extra mile to do a lot, but they said effective communication. So what I realized was that, yes, I was doing my best, but when it comes to maybe speaking more to explain or just break down whatever I was doing for my directors or for other stakeholders to really understand me, maybe it was a challenge. So that's what I learned from them, that is to be able to do that. And when I did, I realized that I was getting the support that I needed from the health directorate and also from other stakeholders. Yes, that is what I've learned. And I think I've joined so far 3 sessions. Yes, I mean, I've not missed any of the connects or Teach to Reach so far from last year that I joined. Yes, so far up to now. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Gifty. One specific idea that you learned at Teach to Reach. In our Zoom studio, there are Teach to Reach alumni who have been there many times, and each one has their Teach to Reach story to share. Now, I told you I was saving the best for last, so you may be wondering what we are about to announce. And again, we're counting down 28 days until Teach to Reach 9. Today is merely a sneak preview, a harbinger of what is to come and what will be taking place, the sharing of experience. Thousands of participants from all over the world. So at Teach to Reach 9, and in fact, for everyone who registers, who requests their invitation for Teach to Reach 9, will be receiving the invitation to join the movement for Immunization Agenda 2030. And this is only the second time that we will be launching the call for Immunization Agenda 2030. And Immunization Agenda 2030 is, of course, a world strategy adopted unanimously by the World Health Assembly in 2020 to achieve the immunization and health goals by 2030. In 2022, 6,185 immunization staff from all over the world joined what we call the full learning cycle. And in the coming days, everyone will be receiving the invitation to join the movement. And if they have not already done so, moving from joining to taking action, will be invited to develop an IA 2030 action plan. If it's not immediately clear what that means for you, we'll be explaining it in the days and the messaging to come. But it's probably one of the most important announcements that we're making this year in 2023. At Teach to Reach 9, and probably ahead of it, you'll be reading, listening, hearing from IA 2030 leaders who are sharing their stories of how they are implementing and making a difference through the Immunization Agenda 2030 in order to help achieve the goals of IA 2030 wherever they are, to make sure every child is protected from vaccine-preventable diseases. So here's how we sum it up. Do you care about any of these issues? Do you care about making a difference through the movement for Immunization Agenda 2030? Do you care about reaching zero-dose children who've never received vaccines and who are under threat from vaccine-preventable diseases? Do you care about how climate and change is affecting the health of your community? And do you care about cervical cancer and women and girls being protected from it through HPV vaccination? If the answer to one or more of those questions is yes, then Teach to Reach 9 is very much for you. And we hope that if you have not already done so, you will now request your invitation. I'm going to show you how simple it is to go to the Geneva Learning Foundation Teach to Reach website, click request your invitation, fill in your name and email, and that is as simple as it gets. Now, there's one last component of Teach to Reach 9, which we just met with committed leaders from Immunization Agenda 2030 and other Geneva Learning Foundation programs, and it is a manifesto for global health. We introduced version 1.0 at Teach to Reach 8, and at Teach to Reach 9, we'll be showing you the updated version, incorporating the experiences, insights, and expertise of over more than 1,200 health professionals from all over the world. So that is what you can look forward to for Teach to Reach 9. We hope that we continue to receive suggestions and proposals for the program. Remember that if you are a local organizational leader, if you work in a CSO, if you volunteer for a CSO, if there are issues that you care about, you'll be receiving the invitation to become a Teach to Reach partner. We look forward to seeing not only individuals, but also the organizations that you're affiliated with, that you lead, represented at Teach to Reach 9. That's it for this segment. We're now going to switch over to the francophones. Thank you once again, and hope that you'll be with us. If you're not with us 28 days from now at Teach to Reach 9, you'll really we'll miss you, and we're sorry for what you're going to miss. Thank you, and goodbye.